Today I am joined by boxing trainer and boxing historian Ben Doiughty. Okay, what he doesn't know about boxing allegedly isn't worth knowing.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see. Right, I've compiled 6 of the best questions to ask Ben and try and trip him up. Right, the first question right here, it's a curveball. It's actually 2 questions, but I'm just getting one. Right, what ex-world champion, Hall of Famer, did Kirtland Lang beat, and what year?
He beat Roberto Duran in 1983 at the Cobo Hall in Detroit. It was actually Duran's fight after losing to Wilfred Benitez, and Mickey Duff had promised Don King that this Lang was okay, but he wouldn't beat him. Shock horror. He did, and unfortunately Kirk went missing for like 2 years after that when he was in a position to capitalise. But no one can take the victory away from him. He beat the great Roberto Duran.
Yeah.
In actual fact, it may have been 1982, sorry.
I thought it was 1981.
It was definitely 1982.
I thought it was 81.
I believe it was 82 because he beat Davey Moore June the 13th, 1983. He beat Pepino Cuevas earlier that year. Then he fought Marvin Hagler November 83. I'm pretty sure that low point before the Renaissance against starting with Pepino Cuevas would have been at some point towards the end of 82.
Well, do you know what? If anyone out there knows what year it was exactly, you can mention in the comments what year you think it was, 81 or 82. Let us know. You said 83.
I believe 82. I said 83 first. I believe it was 82.
82 and I said 81.
I'm saying it was 1982.
Okay, right. Who had the longest reign in boxing, Calzaghe or Marvin Hagler?
Calzaghe had a longer reign, but the difference there is that Marvin Hagler was the undisputed world middleweight champion from September 1980 till April the 6th, 1987, when he lost to Sugar Ray Leonard. So you can give him extra props. Calzaghe was a WBO champion for 10 years at super middleweight, and he made 21 defences. So if you believe the version title ranks the same as the undisputed title, then Calzaghe had the longer reign.
All right, okay. Who did Lloyd Honeyghan beat to become a world champion?
That was in September 1986. Sensationally, he defeated Donald Curry, a hot favourite, widely regarded as the greatest fighter in the world at the time, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Curry didn't come out for the 7th round. He got thoroughly battered, scarcely won a round, and that was what it was at Atlantic City, at Bally's Atlantic City.
Wow, this man knows his stuff. Okay. All right. What rounds did Muhammad Ali beat Henry Cooper when they fought in London?
In the first fight, because they fought twice, they fought June the 18th, 1963 at the old Wembley Stadium, and he won in the 5th. He'd said he would win in the 5th. He said, "This ain't no jive, Henry Cooper will fall in 5. We know there was the drama of the knockdown at the end of the 4th round and this mythology about the extended interval, but he stopped him in the 5th round on cuts. Second time was May, I believe it was May 21st, 1966 at Highbury Stadium, Arsenal, which I know will be close to your heart.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know that.
On that occasion, he stopped him on cuts in the 6th round, and Jimmy Tibbs actually boxed on the undercard. There's a bit for you.
Wow. Okay. We're going to go with this one. Who was the first black heavyweight champion? And I want the year as well.
That was Jack Johnson, who won the title in 1908, December 26th at Rush Cousins Bay, Sydney, beating the former champion Tommy Burns, who'd had 11 defences at that time. Burns, for real trivia hounds, Burns' real name was Noah Brousseau. He was a French-Canadian. And interesting fact, Heavy, a lot of people think it was a stoppage because the police actually stopped the fight because of the punishment Burns was taking. The police, obviously, there was a different culture than what we have today. You wouldn't see that today, hopefully, but the police actually stepped in, halted the fight in the 14th round. But get this, they declared the fight over, and they had a points decision rendered. Now, because Johnson was winning by a mile, they held his hand up. But if you're ever trying to impress somebody or getting in an argument in a bar, and somebody you can say who was the first man to win the world heavyweight title on points, it was actually Jack Johnson, technically, even though the other guy was battered. It was officially a points victory. Don't say I never give you nothing.
Right, last one. Right, this is the last chance right here to try and trip him up right here. The last question right here from Ben Doiughty, best 6 questions. The last one will be: how many years was Ali in exile? And the date.
Ali was in exile from, basically in 1967, when his last title defence was against Zora Foley. I should know the month, but it's escaping me right now. But his last defence, his 9th title defence at that time, was against Zora Foley in 1967. He was exiled for his stance against the Vietnam War and his refusal to be drafted into the armed services. And he came back in October 1970 to beat Jerry Quarry in 3 rounds in Atlanta, Georgia. And at the time, I believe he'd had 72 failed attempts to get his licence back, or a fight had fallen through up until that time. Came up lucky the 73rd time, and as he says, he got 6 and 1/2 weeks' notice to get ready for a top contender.
Do you know what? He's got all questions correct. That's a great Muhammad Ali accent as well. But listen, I'm going to be back next week to try and with 6 more questions for Ben Doiughty. If you've got any questions for Ben Doiughty, tell me in the comments right here. Let me know what questions you've got to trip up Ben Doiughty. Okay?
Bring it on.
Let's do it.